Hi guys, happy Sunday. So I picked my tarot card for today, Sunday, and I usually don't say the dates because I want you to remember that these are timeless. That means that when you see this, you're supposed to see it. It doesn't have to be on a Sunday, but I'm just letting you know when I pick it. So today I got the Devil. Now, before anybody panics, I want to say something, okay? This isn't evil. Listen, when I first started looking at tarot cards, back in 7th grade, which was a very long time ago, it seems like just the other day, but this card scared me. It terrified me. I remember looking at them and thinking, okay, maybe I'm doing something bad because the devil's in here. Oh, it's so scary. I thought it was an evil card. You know, it's wrong. There's a lot of people out there who want to make you believe that you're doing something wrong when you listen to tarot or read it or even touch the cards. Like all of a sudden, like, we're going to hell. You're going to hell. And that's not true. If you're saved, you're saved. And I pray. I don't even have to explain myself. Seriously. Seeing the card in this deck can make people feel uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. You may wonder, why does it have to be in the deck? It's just creepy looking. It has a lot of fear in it. And honestly, a lot of us were raised to be afraid of certain things without ever being taught what they actually mean or meant, especially growing up Catholic. I want to talk about the truth about this card. The devil is not about this bad, evil, like, thing that comes over you or anything like that. This actually is a card about being stuck. It's about being stuck. Whether it's stuck in bad habits, stuck in attachments, guilt, pressures, and staying in those situations. Because leaving them or stopping them feels scarier than staying in them. It's about power that only exists because we haven't even named it yet. The truth. So yes, the card makes you uncomfortable. It does make people uncomfortable. But it doesn't mean that something is wrong. It means that something is actually being revealed. And we need to know the good and the bad in order to change our lives. This card is about the things that we stay tied to too long after they stop serving us. Because leaving would cost us comfort, identity, or approval. This card, the devil, shows up when something has power over you only because you have been taught not to question it. Or you stop questioning it. You just keep doing it, letting it be. So when we talk about the devil being about the things we stay tied to too long, it's not just about comfort or money or approval from other people. Sometimes it's about identity. Because we carry this picture in our head of how things are supposed to go. Who we thought we'd be by now. What we thought our life would look like once we made certain choices. Or if we stayed loyal to something. or if we just did the right thing. And when reality doesn't match that picture, it messes with us. It really does. Now, if you look at the picture, this is binding. I mean, these are chains. That shows that letting go isn't just walking away from a situation. Sometimes we feel like it's walking away from ourselves that believed the outcome. So then that makes us question our identity. Like, here we were, we've always had this in our mind that it was supposed to be this way, and when it doesn't turn out that way, this card is also about grieving the identity that you built around, well, this is who I am now. Or, well, this is the path I choose. That's hard. Because our identity, it feels like safety. So a lot of times we don't stay because it's good. We stay because we don't know who we are without it. The devil shows up when something is asking you to choose between protecting your image or protecting your truth. And that's not an easy choice, but it's an honest choice. So, a clarifier came out. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. This is stagnation. This is the feeling of burnout. It's the same loop over and over and over again. You have not seen anything rise. You haven't seen anything build. It's just that same loop. Doing the same thing over and over. No progress made. No reward. No forward movement. This is just working hard, staying loyal, staying disciplined, but the system is not moving. And that's important, because the devil and the Knight of Pentacles reverse tells a lot of people right now are stuck in cycles. That's what it's telling us. They may look responsible, these cycles. They look like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So they look responsible on the outside. But inside, they are soul draining. Soul draining. Wow, that sounds so dramatic. You know why? Because it is. It is dramatic. However, sometimes it doesn't look dramatic. It doesn't. It can look like waking up after a good night's sleep and you're still tired. You wake up and you feel drained. And you're doing the right thing. You are. But you feel so oddly disconnected from your own life. You know, like, whose life is this? You're trying to figure it out. And you're like going through all these emotions like on autopilot. It's like maybe you're not even feeling them. They're just happening. It's almost like checking boxes, like. And you know what? It even shows up as being reliable. While it's like being reliable, but like something inside goes quiet. It can look very stable. It can look very mature. And it can even look successful. But inside, you feel heavy. You feel flat. And you feel uninspired. You stop feeling like yourself. And you start feeling like a role you're performing. A lot of times this happens when you are living off of other people's expectations. You don't want to let other people down. So you don't make choices for yourself. You make choices for other people when other people think they have your life figured out. Instead of listening to your own inner compass. And some of us, we're carrying responsibilities that were never meant to be permanent. When you're told by other people, well, this is how it is, or this is what needs to be done, or people have strings attached to you and they're holding you accountable because of that, sometimes we slowly stop asking ourselves, is this still right for me? Soul drain is when your energy goes toward maintaining something, but nothing is coming back to you to nourish you back. And the hardest part about this is that sometimes it doesn't even feel like you're allowed to complain. Like sometimes we feel like we have to be grateful all the time, or, you know, we just can't say much. You know, because then it sounds like we're being a nag, or we're being we're complaining too much. You know, and sometimes on paper, everything looks fine. It looks like it's supposed to be that way. So, but our soul is still being drained. So this Knight of Pentacles reversed is the moment our soul says, I can keep going. I'm strong. I can keep doing this. But you're disappearing. So you're disappearing in the process. You're disappearing while being in the process of doing all those things that you have to do. This is not a lazy card. It's a signal. This is a signal. And you know what? One more clarifier came out. The Two of Pentacles reversed. Now, this makes perfect sense. It really does, because when we are drained and our soul is drained, balance doesn't just wobble, it collapses. And upright, this is somebody who is juggling things, and look at it's infinity sign. There's that loop, another sign that the loop is happening. But reversed, it's saying when your soul is tired, your balance goes next. This is somebody who's been juggling. You've been juggling so long. Your body and spirit are finally saying, I can't do this anymore. This is upright. This is you juggling everything. And then all of a sudden, you're losing your balance. Things are collapsing. Not because you're not capable, but because you've been compensating too much for other people and for too long. You're overwhelmed. You're still pushing through, but you're starting to drop. When you think of juggling, you're starting to drop the balls. And you're blaming yourself. Even when the load was unrealistic. It's unrealistic for one person to juggle all that, and you're still blaming yourself. People are giving you expectations that are just maybe too high, or you don't have people on your side and they're making it difficult. And you pretend that when you slip, everything's fine. It's going to be fine. And your nervous system is just overloaded. And you know what? Your mind races and races and races, because sometimes you can't even sleep at night because your mind is racing. And somehow things felt manageable, but now all of a sudden they feel impossible. It's getting to that point. You start dropping things. You start forgetting things. You feel so scattered. And life, it seems like it's always asking us to adapt. Adapt, 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 adapt. However, we don't even get time to stabilize. That's this card's feeling. That's all of these three. You know what that is? That's survival mode. And your energy is saying, I'm fine. I'm fine. And your eye is twitching. And your coffee that's supposed to be cold is not cold anymore. Or your coffee that's supposed to be hot isn't hot anymore. And your soul clocked out like 3 weeks ago. So yeah, you look like the ultimate juggler, don't you? You just got all those million things that you're juggling, and you just look like, wow. You know, everything is still standing. Everything's still there. But at what cost? We can't keep saying, yes, I'll take more. Or yes, I will have that. Or I will take on that. Because we feel obligated. We feel obligated to others out of respect, or just out of necessity, or out of that's the way it's supposed to be. Because we can get out of alignment. And that's what this card is about. It's about getting back into alignment. That means other people's expectations? Other people's timetables? Heck no. Other people's demands? That is responsibility without nourishment back. That turns into resentment. That's resilience without support is going to turn into burnout. I promise you. So because you carry something and you feel like I got to carry this, it doesn't mean that you have to forever. Okay? I want you to think about what's heavy. What makes you heavy? What do you feel like you're carrying? Think about it. What is it? If your life only works because you're overextending yourself, it's not balanced. It's borrowed time. You're on borrowed time. And this devil shows up not to scare you, but to ask, how long are you going to normalize what's quietly draining you? How long?